Hello everyone, Sticky Utah here. Alright, so for this clip, when I was recording it, I didn't actually record my mic, so that's really unfortunate, so I'll be voicing over the entire video. Now, I know that a lot of people still play the Legacy Isle. I know some people moved on from it, they don't play the Legacy, they play either Evrima or they play other games. But for those of you who do still play the Legacy, come join Hunting Grounds. That's the server we play on. Well, it's technically my server, so feel free to join us. I'll see you there. And yeah, let's have some fun. So right now I'm chilling at Twins as a Giga. I was looking for a fight. It looked like the herd was already busy with the Giga sitting over there by the buildings. So I'm just looking around, see what I can do, and I see this Rex, and I'm like, I'm gonna give him a little scare while he's sitting, you know, because that's a good way to get behind a Rex while it's sitting. So I just give it a little scare. He got up in time, and I'm like, yep, nope, I'm out of here. I am not doing this fight. You cannot fight a Rex out in the open. Well, I mean, the chance of success is like 5%. So I move away, look around some more, and let's see what else we can find. Some minutes later, walking around, I decide to sit down and just watch, see what happens with the other Giga in the herd. And while I'm watching, a trike decides to come up to me. And while I'm watching this trike, distracted, I get outplayed by this Rex. Snuck up on me while I was busy, distracted. I make a forward call. Submission, I'm like, let me live. He walks away, lets me live. I walk away before calling in shame that I got outplayed so badly. But a few minutes later, I'm like, you know what? There's nothing else to fight, so why don't I give it a chance? And specifically, I decided that I'm gonna try to lure this Rex towards the trees, and using trees as a buffer, get behind him. Now, for those who don't really play the Isle or aren't sure exactly how the Giga versus Rex matchup goes, essentially it's like this. A Rex is faster than the Giga, and the Rex wins a straight up fight. So if I ran straight up at the Rex, he would win 99% of the time. And if I get too close, the Rex can actually chase after me and catch me and kill me. And that's why I'm keeping such a long distance away from him. So realistically, the only way that the Giga can win against the Rex is to get behind him, so not head on. And this is why I'm using the trees as a buffer to essentially cut the Rex's opportunity to turn, right? Because he doesn't want to turn into a tree and get stuck, so he's forced into making bigger circles than he wants to. Like right now, there's a tree on his right, and he ran towards me, but he couldn't turn right away because there is a tree in the way. And that's essentially what I'm trying to do here. Using trees and rocks as a means to cut the turning rate that the Rex can use. And that way try to get behind him. Now this is very tricky, because obviously I have to be careful as well not to get stuck with the trees, or if the Rex finds the opportunity to turn before, you know, he hits the trees, he can cut me off and kill me, or catch me, break my leg, and then kill me, obviously. So I have to be extremely careful here. There's a second one, so as you see, there's a tree on the left, and he couldn't just turn left right away. And that's why he missed me once again. I got a little bit stuck. I could have got behind him, but I got stuck, so I couldn't. It basically wasted too much time getting unstuck. And by that time, he already turned around, so I had to disengage again. And so that's two tries already that I tried and failed. But it's better than dying. At this point, I get up because I realize I'm a little bit low on stamina. So Rex doesn't regain stamina while moving or standing. He can only regain stamina while sitting, and that's an advantage that Giga has. Giga does regain stamina while moving, and that's why I'm up, out of crouch, just moving around, regaining my stamina, while the Rex can't, essentially. So the more stamina I waste from him, the better it is for me, because eventually if the Rex is out of stamina, then I can fight him much more efficiently, because then he can't just chase after me. And I could get much closer to him without being afraid that he's going to chase me down. So I get a little bit more stamina. And once again, using the trees. Here I tried to sneak up on him. Didn't have the right angle, so I disengaged once again. So that's try number 3. It is quite difficult to use this method, because you could get stuck, or you could misjudge where the Rex is, and he doesn't. If there's no buffer between you and the Rex, he just straight up runs at you, turns and cuts you off, and breaks your leg and kills you. So super tricky, super risky, but with enough practice, I think people can definitely use this method. So here I'm disengaging once again, getting a little bit more stamina. Because like I said, that's a big advantage that the Giga does have, the fact that he can regain stamina, while the Rex cannot. Alright, here we go once again. I'm still keeping my distance because I know the Rex still has some stamina left. Here I run around him. He didn't have a chance to go after me because there was trees in the way, so he couldn't just run straight at me. That's what gave me such a good angle to go behind him. I think I could have just straight up got behind him, but I was playing a little bit too safe and made too big of a circle, and too big of a circle means he can keep up with it and then eventually, you know, face me, and I don't want to run into his mouth because at that point I'd be dead. So I think at this point Rex finally realizes that he can't really fight me in the trees, and he steps out in the open. And from here on out forward, it becomes a lot more difficult. I can't just use the trees anymore. And let's see how this plays out. So I'm trying to bite him, I'm trying to just entice him to go after me, because I know I can run straight into the trees, dodge him there if he goes after me, but I'm still keeping my distance. I don't want to be too close. He turns around, walks away again out in the open, well, further out in the open I should say. So at this point I realize I need to somehow get him to the trees. So I start getting a little bit closer, try to entice him to turn around and chase me. But he's not taking the bait. He knows what I'm trying to do. And so far that's been, what, 4 attempts that I tried to get behind him. So by this point he definitely knows what I'm trying to do. Now here I know that I'm quite patient. I've had very difficult fights. My first server that I played on for a very long time was an altern server, and fights there are much more difficult. You know, like a Utah versus Rex, it's a lot more difficult than a non-altern. Well, not difficult, I should say lengthy. It's much longer fights. So I'm quite patient. So I know that if I just keep biting at him, keep you know, threatening him, keep him on his toes, eventually he's gonna give up and go after me. Because I mean, patience is a commodity in the YAL, especially for the Rexes. Rexes aren't used to very long fights. They're not very patient. They just like to run in and bite things and kill things, being the ultimate apex. So I know that the patience advantage is on my side as well. Basically, it's just a psychological warfare at this point. I can't go in, he doesn't want to follow me in the trees, so it's a standoff. And who's gonna give up first? Either he follows me into the trees, or I get too close. At which point he can chase me down. Alright, here comes the moment of truth. He's following me a little bit closer to the trees. And now you see something very interesting in a second or two. I'm gonna go into the trees. There's trees all around me. So the Rex thinks that I'm gonna get stuck right there, but I didn't. So I find an angle, dodge the hit, and then follow him. And he lagged a little bit there. But essentially, I got behind him. And this was attempt number 5, I believe, 5 or 6, of me trying to get behind him. Here I should have stopped. I kept trotting forward. I should have just stopped and stayed behind him. But by that point, I didn't really care because I knew I landed so many hits on him. He was dead. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed, and join the hunting grounds.